Well, good morning. Day two. I had to pull off of the wagon project yesterday because I didn't have all the material I needed. I think I explained that to you. So I went to is going back to the building a well house here. And like I've always said is try to use what you got around the house. And what I got going here is these are some old 6x6s I had laying around. These used to go around my gates when we had the horses and donkeys and goats and everything else. Had these big poles around all the gates. Some I had to cut in too. So what I'm in the process of doing now is getting all my holes square, because when you stick build something, which we do a lot down here in the bottoms, you've got to be able just to stick build whatever you can build. So what I got going on right now is I'm trying to do 4 foot by 6 foot, because the least amount of space that I've got, the less easier it'll be to heat this winter. Because I'm gonna have a heat tape on my pipes. I'll have a heat lamp in there, but I'm also trying to build it so I can get inside to my limit switcher. Let me show you something here. Watch all these different shows, Mountain Men and Below Zero. And I hear them say all the time, you gotta be about ready prepared to fix anything. And yesterday, noticed the other day in the house, we have a water filtration system because we live in the country. We have hard water. Well, people don't know what hard water is. It turns everything rusty. So it's a salt system that the water's pulled through and then put back through these 2 tanks. It gives us good clean water. Well, this is what goes on our well. And this right here are points. And for all the old timers, they know what these are, like points used to be on a car. And when the power supply, when the pump gets so low, it's what this tank is right here. This tank is a pressure tank. And when we turn the water on in the house, water starts dropping out of that tank. This senses it, and it cuts on to draw water out of the ground into the tank to give us back at the house. The other day I had all this, the water filtration system was going boom, boom, boom. It was just freaking out. I thought it was the system, so I was working on it. Then yesterday I came out here and got ready to work on this, and this is how the good Lord works. I would have never figured this out unless I came out here to work on this. Then while I was out here, I just kept hearing it cut on and cut off. I mean, it was just this. I don't know if you can hear that. These things were just wearing themselves out. So the little black box over here you see, right here, that is a new pressure switch that I was able to stop what I was doing, run to Lowe's, get another one, put it on, got it straightened out. So now I'm back down to, I got another hole to dig, but I've got to make sure all the other 3 posts square before I take off on this one. So come along with us. All right, welcome back. I think today is day 4 because I only get a few hours every day to work, and I have to pull off and do some other stuff. And plus, you have to know when to pull the plug. Like yesterday, I got the poles all secured. I got the stakes up that I was using them to balance them out. Got dirt tapped around all my poles. I got my runners going across here to put my platform on, but I knew I didn't have enough time to cut the plumbing loose and start re-plumbing stuff. I probably could have. I'd been pushing the limit, you gotta know when say no, you know. So we didn't pull it off yesterday. So this morning, what I'm gonna do is, you can see what I got right here. This happened from the flood. I had to come up with something quick. I had an old welding table that was metal. Right there it is. I had some poles, and I just came out here, cut everything loose, put it on there. Now I gotta move all that out of the way. I'm gonna have to cut this rope here loose, pull my stakes out, and then put a platform on here for the new tank. You can see I got a new tank right here. Story behind the new tank is, everything I have read all points back to this tank. The switch was cutting on, cutting off. Water was cutting off in the house. And then I've Googled why it was doing what it was doing. And it said back 3 days ago, more than likely that this tank here was waterlogged, or the bladder inside, like a big balloon, wasn't holding pressure. Well, sure enough, I Googled again this morning asking why was my pressure switch cutting on and cutting off so quickly, rapidly, you know. It'll cut on and stay on, cycles off, and then goes right back on again within 10 seconds. So it says, more than likely the tank is waterlogged. You can see here I've got a new tank. Difference is, with this new tank, it's smaller in diameter and taller in height, okay? So I've got and I made this tall enough so that would accommodate that. I didn't know it when I was building it. I thought I was gonna get the same size tank. So follow me along. What we've done so far is, we've cut the power off in the house because I don't have a shut off coming off the main well in here, which I should. Got the power off, got my water lines open, got all the water lines in the house open, because when you go to hook this back up, there's gonna be air in the lines, and you want it to push through. If you don't have it push through, it can blow your plumbing lines loose in your home, inside the house. So go in the house, open all your water lines open and everything, make sure the power's turned off, cut your line loose, get it replumbed, and then go back in the house, turn the power back on, get it fired back up, get the water flowing, and then when you see all the air squirting out of the lines and it's done, then you can close those lines off. So we're gonna start taking this puppy apart. Okay, where we are now on the stick building part is, would you believe it, all my stakes I put to build an outside frame around this thing. Then I came to the conclusion a while ago that it would be best to do an inside frame, because that's where the tank is going to sit on, be more sturdy. So I've had to pull up stakes, undo them, and that's just part of the project. You know, when you're out in the middle of nowhere working and doing the best you can, sometimes you got to drop back and punt. But at least we figured it out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some braces. Go ahead and cut my 2 braces going this way, okay? And now I'm going to cut some going across, but they're not going to be permanent. They're going to be there mainly to hold it together, keep it from doing this number. And then I'm going to decide where I'm going to put concrete in my holes or just pack it with dirt. More than likely, I'm just going to pack it with dirt. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these two members here and get them in. And for a lot of people out there that's not real good with cutting a straight line, I'm not bad, but I put my square on my board, line my saw blade up with this, push my saw against it, and you can cut a straight line every time. Well, most every time. Okay, you can see right here, I got me a new platform cut. I'm gonna set the other tank up here. And by the way, when I took that old tank off, I think my video quit running, but I'll recap everything at the end. That puppy was heavy. I mean, it had to be waterlogged. So, what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna put a couple screws so it don't slide off. All right. So my tag on my pressure tank says it's at 25 psi right now. There's a red tag on here. You can't see it probably from there. It says make sure you charge it up so it's 2 pounds below what your cutoff's going to be. Mine's 40, so we're going to charge it to 38 here in a minute. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I got my plumbing stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get this puppy plumbed. It comes with, it's got a 1-inch elbow right here on it. It's made into the tank. You have to buy a 1-inch PVC adapter because this is going to screw into your tank here and your water line is going to go into there. So we're going to go ahead and get this puppy in there. Okay, I was going to go up and get the air compressor and charge the tank, but I figured what I'm going to do is get this plumbed so the plumbing dope will be dry, and then go get the tank and put some pressure in it. Being said, I had an old piece of pipe laying around. I like to use old stuff, but if you look at that right there, that's called Schedule 20. Look at that right there, that's called Schedule 40. When a water line, when it gets really cold outside, this is going to take more to bust it than this right here with. So I'm going to go with the good stuff. I had a brand new stick, got it out, cut me a piece, and that's what I'm going to use. Good information to know. Next thing to know is primer and pipe dope. Let me bring it around there and show it to you. All right, this right here is your primer. It's got alcohol base, cleans your pipe off, gets all the residue off, kind of makes it a little sticky, a little softened. This is your PVC dope right here. It's got CPVC and PVC. This is the combo. You clean it off with this first, put this on and stick it together. You have to clean each end. You got to clean the piece I'm going to put it on. then the piece I'm going to attach to it. I'm going to go ahead and lean my tank over, do my fitting on the inside here. Always, and I mean always, put your lid back on. Because you get absent-minded, you do knock this stuff over and it ain't real cheap. Okay, on that note, I always dry fit everything. And I can see by dry fitting this already that this is going to be about the perfect piece. I'm going to go ahead and stick this up in here because I got to have a coupling to go on this. That will work for me. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put my PVC dope on here. I always like to do both ends. Alright, went up in there good. This is a 1-inch coupling, made just to hook these two together. You slide it on one piece, then push the other piece up into it. Same thing, same process. You've got to clean it with your PVC cleaner first. Because any dirt and trash is on it, you want to get it off. Plus you want to prep this thing so that it will stick. Once again, put the lid on. And this stuff gets everywhere on me. Them expert plumbers, they can do it and make it look real pretty. I try to, but it never really works for me. But it works. So whatever works for you, works for you. Whatever works for them, works for them. This is my little rodeo right here. And this is what we're going to do. And I'm going to make sure I got plenty on this puppy. But I definitely don't want it to come apart on me. I'd rather waste a little bit than have to come back out here in 10 degree weather and try to put this back together. All right. All right, good connection there. I like that. I like that. Okay, get my stuff out of the way. So, hope you can see here. You walk around here, you can see right down here what I've done. The purple stuff is your PVC cleaner. This other stuff hanging off is my PVC dope. I was off just a little bit there, not much, but my tank lined up right in the back very well. Always pre-cut and dry fit. Dry fit means you're not putting any pipe dope on, any cleaner. You're cutting your pieces. You're making sure it fits correctly, because a lot of times a piece of pipe will slide up into the fitting further than you think it will. And then sometimes it makes your pipe either too short or it's going to be too long. If you dry fit it, put it together one time and you're done. Let me tell you, learn from experience and you'll do it. I've learned from experience. So I've got it all hooked together right there now. So I'm going to pause you for a second. I'm going to give it a few minutes to dry. I'm going to go get my air tank and come back. And the pressure valve is right back here. Let me show you the tag. There's your little tag right there. It looks just like a tire when you air up your tire, or a bicycle tire, any type of tire. It's got a fitting in the back. I checked it. It is about, instead of 25 like it says right here, it's about 27. The gauge I'm putting on is a 40-60 switch. Most of them are 30-50 or 40-60. I went with a higher one because my pump's away from the house. I like to have a little bit more pressure. And so therefore I went with a 40-60. So I'm going to charge this tank. By charging me, put air into it, I'm going to take it from a 27 to about 37, 38 along there, okay? And the other tank, apparently, it was waterlogged. I could pick this tank right here up, I mean with ease, no problem at all. The other tank, when I drained the water out of it, it was like picking up a body. It was so heavy. So, and there's still water coming out of it. I don't know how it got all up in there. But one thing, the backwater said broke it loose in February, and it was underwater for a while. So I think that was the beginning of my disaster. So I'm going to pause you for a second. I'll be right back. All right. I moved you around over here so you can see. Here's the little pressure switch right here. I'm going to check it. It shows almost 30 on that one. But I'm going to check it with another one. This one here shows 30. So both of them are pretty close to each other. So I'm going to shoot a little air into her, pump her on up just a little bit. Notice I'm checking with two gauges. This one here shows 35. And this one here about 33. I'm gonna put just a couple more pounds in it. Remember, my switch over here is a 40-60. I'm right at 37 there. I think that's where I'm going to stay at. Now, this one here is shooting me higher. It says you got to check them several times. 35. Check it one more time here. That says 37. I'm going to stop there. Always put your nipple top back on here. So I'm good where my air pressure should be, because for people who's never done this and you're trying to do it and you're watching this video, what this is, there's a bladder inside this tank, okay? And when the water fills up around it and everything, when it's at the pound pressure it's supposed to be, when you turn the water on in the house or outside, when the water pressure drops, you take some pressure off that bladder tank in there. When that no longer can feel the pressure over here, come over here with me for a second. I'll move you around a little bit. Sorry about that. Right here is your pressure switch, right there, okay? What happens, I gotta put the top back on. When that right there no longer senses that there's 40 pounds or 37 pounds of pressure against it, it cuts on. And when it cuts on, it cuts the water on. And after the water runs for so long, and when you cut the water off, the water builds back up in your tank, and then when when that bag pull comes back out, it shuts off. So I'm gonna run in the house, turn the power on, I'll be right back.
Okay, we have a house, and the fire back on, we'll proceed. We got water, and I had on here a long ago, and so we can close, and a little bit all I can see is that the old tank around here. There's a new tank, there's the other, you can see the difference. I think about 20 gallons, this is maybe 30 gallons, but this tank right here, it's still full of water coming out of it, so Franny is waterlogged. This new tank right here, the whole lot of it was like B. But you can see the method I created. On the stakes I used to hold the tank, had to go on post holes, still got a lot of turn out to do now. Other work to be done, but I just hope you learned something over here that I first started with my first switch, and after I put it online and everything, YouTube stuff, signal YouTube videos, it put everything back to the tank. The other switch was old anyway, I put it back on that. And so I got to do all the over here. Oh, over there. I'm gonna get out here today. Get paid over for. It's easy for me to all the time. I'm getting everything all messed up, and I'll put a video about looking at the mistakes. All through the video I probably in. What do you say? I'll do it. Next time you do something for yourself, and if it doesn't use it, YouTube will walk you through it. It will save you a ton of money. There's no problem. I say right here in this anyway. But if that's a good video, give it a thumbs up, figure it out. But I'm saying 4 minutes, we can do anything. We appreciate you supporting all the other long time viewers and new viewers who got anything. Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.